quite an adventure out here. Welcome back to the course vlog. Today we are going to bring you around the front 9 of this course, Twin Creeks Country Club. If you haven't already watched the back 9, don't forget to go watch that. Let's get started with hole 1, a par 4. Pretty self-explanatory, bunker down the left side which you obviously don't want to hit, but there are also a ton of trees on the right side, so my aim on this hole is the bunker in the center of the fairway. After that, you do not have much left to the green. I do want to say though, this is probably the most receptive green on this course. I don't know why, it is playing a bit uphill even though it does not seem that way. But for some reason, you can be a lot more aggressive on this hole than you might think.
Good one.
Hole 2 is a par 5 and you really do not want to mess with those bunkers on the left side. It's not a very long par 5 anyway, so hitting it down the fairway is more important than hitting it a long ways. If you are long enough, you can definitely take it down over those bunkers and you would have a much shorter approach shot. However, as you can see, I hit it down the right side and I only have 221 yards left to the green. So as I said, you do not need to be super aggressive unless you're 100% confident that you can carry those bunkers on the left side. So even though I did not hit the best shot, the left side is definitely where you want to miss if you were going to miss. Although for today's spin position, it is not the easiest chip, it is still much better than the right side because on the right side, you're going to either be in the bunker or you might have a much more difficult chip over the bunker.
Oh my god, they just went left.
It's the grain.
I thought I took enough though. I took like a ball right. Yeah, I need to putt it like really hard.
Yeah.
Hole 3, you obviously can't see the fairway from this view, but there is quite a big fairway, so you just have to choose a good target out there and just hit it because you do have quite a lot of room to miss.
Wow.
The approach shot into this green is quite tricky because it is an elevated front, so you do want to make sure you have enough to carry that entire front. If the pin is down the left side, you do want to stay clear of that and go more towards the right side because there is a slope down the left side as well, whereas on the right side you have a much bigger space for you to hit the green.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's a good birdie.
Moving on to hole 4, which is another par 4. The bunker down the left side is definitely within play, so you do want to aim towards the right side. For me, I kind of aim in between those two bunkers because the ball will kick left and feed left. So if you get a good drive, there is a chance that you can get pretty close to the green.
Oh wow. Right to left?
That one?
Oh my gosh, I thought it was left to right. Wait, seriously? How? Is that side not higher?
It is, but I don't know. I think this first part just kicks it too hard left.
Yeah, it went so far left.
Yeah. That one didn't go left. I mean, this should be right center. Like, should be a right, yeah. That's what it should have done.
Mine just clicked a lot that way though.
So as I mentioned, the greens here are extremely confusing as you can see, but let's move on to hole 5, which is my favorite hole on this golf course. I love it because I think it is so challenging. When you stand up there, you really cannot see anything. The entire right side is a no-go because it's a hazard, but down the left side, you do have a bit of space. From here, we've got a pretty long ways to go, so I can pretty much aim at that bunker or even a little bit left of it because there is still a lot of space down there than it seems because we are quite far behind. Even though you hit the fairway, the second shot is not easy as well. There is a water hazard that runs through the fairway, so you do want to make sure that you're short of that unless you're for sure going to be able to carry that. From here, I am just much too far, so I'm just hitting a 5-iron. But I do need to hit this 5-iron down the left side because everything up there kicks towards the right side, which makes this layup shot very difficult because as you can see, there are trees down the left side which you do not want to hit. However, if you hit it down the right side or any more right than I was, you are probably going to go in the water hazard. So after hitting 2 good shots from pretty intimidating positions, the third shot that I had into this green was still pretty long. This green is also a little bit elevated and the pin position today brings those bunkers into play. So for me, I was really just trying to hit this down the center of the green and give myself a putt. There are some holes on a golf course where par is going to gain you a stroke, and I believe that this is definitely a very good par hole.
Whoa.
That's some swing, huh?
In the world.
After a difficult hole, we follow it with another difficult hole. This par 3 is pretty long, as you can see, 192 yards. And the funny thing about this par 3 is that there's bunkers down the left side, but you need to hit it kind of towards the center of this green because if you hit it towards the right side, it's going to kick right. Obviously, the right side is the miss. I just think this is one of those holes where getting a birdie is going to be very rare, so getting a par is a very good score once again.
Thank you.
After a few difficult holes, the course gives you a chance to make it back here on hole 7 and 8. Even though by distance they seem like pretty long par 4s, they are actually all playing downhill and you do have a chance of actually getting it on the green if you get the right kick. However, they do require good tee shots and don't be fooled because the greens here can be very tricky depending on the pin positions as well. As you can see here, this was kind of the collection zone, but if it had gone a little bit further, maybe even just 2 yards further, it would have fed all the way down right in front of the green. So as I said, this hole you can definitely get it on the green or at least close to the apron of the green if you were to hit it down the right slope. However, I think you can tell that it is not going to be an easy green just because it is entirely downhill and gauging your distance here correctly is very important.
In front, but I don't know if it'll still work. That one's a little short. But like if you find the right spot, you can do it. You can make it do it every time. Okay, you gotta get a little more than that.
Okay, I tried again.
You just get it down there. Oh.
Whoa. Oh my god. All I was thinking about was hit it hard.
So similar to hole 7, hole 8 is another one where you can go for the green. It just requires a good tee shot. And obviously it also depends on the wind because today the wind direction was kind of going into us for both these holes. On days when it's going downwind, you can definitely get it on the green easily. So there's quite a few factors that can affect it, but in general they are just pretty gettable holes. So these are holes that you can try to get birdies on, but as you can see, it is not easy. They're just a little bit easier because you do have that chance of being able to hit it on the green.
Oh no!
Come on. Go. What kind of roll is it? What is it doing right now? Oh my gosh.
When it goes right.
Look at this hole. What a view. and from back here, basically cannot see anything. So the 9th hole here is a pretty spectacular par 3. I do not have a rangefinder that can measure slope, but I believe it's about 30 yards downhill, and that's going to be 30 yards minus the carry distance. However, today it was playing a little bit into the wind, so for holes like this, really trusting whatever club you have in your hand is so important, and choosing a target far out there, especially because on this hole I really could not see the green from where I was teeing off. So picking a good club, picking a good target, just trusting the club, trusting your target, and just hitting the shot, because whatever happens after that you cannot control. So thank you once again for sticking all the way to the end of this video. Don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for another episode of Golf with Jen.